Alrighty, welcome into another solo game breakdown of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green. Wyatt, we have two games on deck for tonight that we're going to talk about. So we're going to start here with 21st ranked Louisville and 16th ranked North Carolina. These odds are subject to change. That they're going to change, within the hour. So Louisville might fall out of the rankings here, and North Carolina might drop back as well. But at the time of filming, we do have a top 25 matchup, and even if they're not top 25 when they tip off tonight, it's still a good matchup in the ACC. And then we're going to have a second video out for Houston and Kansas for the Big 12 matchup later. So be sure to check that one out, guys. And also, before we get into this, Wyatt, I just want to quick mention, if you haven't gone over to our website right now, bettergreen.com, go check that out. We give out free plays there almost daily. We're giving out premium plays. There's access to our articles, our videos. We have a swipes, kind of game that's featured on our homepage with a monthly leaderboard that's kind of fun, and a few other games. We'll have our tournament challenge over there and things of that nature. So go check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, consider doing so, guys. It really helps us. Hit that like button. Leave us a comment below. Let us know who you like, Louisville and North Carolina. But why I'm going to send it to you for your opinion first here, and let you say anything if you want to, have anything to mention. But we have North Carolina, a home 2.5-point dog, over under 162.5. Tough game for me. I've kind of mentioned a few times, I'm kind of out on the ACC here. So I don't love this game, but interested to hear where your head's at.
Yeah, I'll start by saying not a fantastic Saturday in basketball for me, betting wise. Also, as a fan wise, Michigan getting taken out by Duke. But in my little system plays, they're working really well last week and then kind of fell off a little bit on Saturday. But I think I'm going to go right back to it here. And both these teams lost earlier last week. But North Carolina won this weekend as a underdog against Syracuse. Louisville beat Georgia Tech, did not cover there. But yeah, I mean, it's the system play of Louisville. And again, these rankings are going to change in a couple, an hour or so. But Louisville, lower ranked at North Carolina, who's undefeated at home, opened as a 1.5-point favorite, now has moved to a 2.5-point favorite, despite what I'm seeing slightly public bets coming in on North Carolina. So it kind of fits all systems that I like to follow. The lower ranked team favored on the road against a team that's undefeated. You get the reverse line movement, bets coming in North Carolina, line moving in on Louisville, which one could predict or suggest that the sharper money, the bigger money is coming in on Louisville, propelling that line in their favor. So I'm just going to trust it. Again, it's not a bet I'm super in love with, but I think I'm just going to lower, honestly, both this game and the next game we're going to talk about over on our YouTube channel. Just lower them to half units, see if I can get back on track with the system play. But system's screaming to me. I got to take Louisville. I'm going to have to look at what the money line is, but I'll probably just lay it with the 2.5 and hope for the best here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got to lean Louisville in this game. And yeah, I had a slight winning Saturday, but nothing to write home about either. And the one I'm really kicking myself on, I know you were on it too, was Syracuse against North Carolina. The line movement was just insane in that game. And there's obvious sharp money on Syracuse. And we talked about on our live, I'd kind of gotten away from our system blindly. And that was a game I decided to jump back in on, and of course it goes down in flames. So I was kind of kicking myself with that game, but yeah, I don't know. I just think North Carolina is going to be very public. Even though Syracuse was a sharp play, I think our system is not public, but I think people are starting to catch on to it a little bit. So I assume people were also on Syracuse, some of the public, and after losing to North Carolina, now they're going to look, they can get that team they just lost to plus 2.5 at home against Louisville. I just think public's going to be all over North Carolina here. So, when everyone zigs, you got to zag. I'm going to look at Louisville. But yeah, just not a game I'm overly excited about. I do think Louisville drops out of the rankings, which I kind of like that when a team is, right there and then they fall out. You only have 4 games left, trying to make the most out of your ACC season and, set yourself up for the conference tournament and the big tournament. I think Louisville probably has more to play for down the stretch, because without Caleb Wilson, right? Is that his name?
Yep.
Without Wilson for North Carolina, it's really hard to see them making much noise come March. So, yeah, I think Louisville is maybe the more motivated team here. Fishy line. Public's going to be on North Carolina. Got to lean Louisville. Not sure if it's a game I'll bet.
Yep. Like I said, I think I'm just going to go to the half units here, and hopefully the system gets back on track. I can build some confidence for later in the week. So, but yeah, I'm glad we're in agreement on Louisville.
Yeah, and like I said, we have one more really big game coming up here with Houston and Kansas. It might be a top 10 matchup. Kansas might drop out of the top 10, but regardless, a really good one in the Big 12. So stay tuned for that, guys. But thank you, as always, for watching. Again, if you've not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that like button for us. It really, really, really helps us out. Drop us a comment. Do you agree with us? Do you like Louisville? Are you back in North Carolina in this game? And just let us know in the comments. We really appreciate it. But until next time, guys, we'll see you for another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green.
Welcome to Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? Listen in and cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, hey. Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Better and Green.